Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing my updated eyebrow routine because I feel like my last one I kind of messed up because it's hard to do your eyebrows on camera and I'm sure I'll mess up again, but we'll try. So these are my natural brows. They're really light. My natural hair is actually like a medium brown and these are way lighter than my natural hair. And they're very sparse, as you can tell. So I fill them in like every other girl because I'm not blessed with perfect eyebrows. The products that I use are all Anastasia because she is the brow queen. The first product I use is my Anastasia Dip Brow in Auburn. I use the Auburn on the tail of my brow and then I go in with my Anastasia Brow Wiz in Caramel and I use this to fade it in. Can you stop? I use the Anastasia Brow Wiz to fade it in up here because naturally your eyebrow goes from light to dark. And that's... I didn't sign up for this life. What was I saying? Why do you guys keep interrupting me? As you can tell, my tail ends here. Where it should end is from the out of your nose. What is this called? This part of your nose to the end of your eye, it should end here. And I have about an inch of space. And yeah, that's not cool. And then for the arch, same spot of your nose, but in the middle of your iris is where your arch goes. And then for the front of your brow, it's the bridge of your nose right there. So straight up from the bridge of your nose. And that is a general rule of thumb for where your eyebrows should go. With a pomade, you want to use an angled brush. Grammar, great. An angled brush. Mine is really thin. It's from a BH brush set. And I think it's actually one of the best, my brain. It's one of the best ones I've used. And I use this with my dip brow. Okay, so the first thing I do is I take the spoolie on the end of my Brow Wiz and I brush my hairs upwards, and this is so I can see where I need to define underneath because I do the underneath of my brow first. The first place I start is right underneath the arch, so I start about here and I create my arch and I do this on both sides. So you just want to take a little bit of the dip brow. Oh, I'm gonna mess these up. And typically I do my eyebrows before my foundation, but for the sake of the video, I didn't want to look like a bum, so I start right here, and I follow my arch, but I follow through all the way to where I showed you where we should stop. Yay. Same thing to the other eye. And then what I do is I now go here, or no I don't. I go here and I bring it in and I fade the product to the end, the beginning of my brow. Okay, now you can kind of see the disconnect, so now I'm gonna try to connect those, because I messed up. Now that the bottom is done, I'm going to brush my hairs in the normal way that they grow. And this is so we can do the top now. And now I go right above here and I create the end of my brow. And then I stop using the dip brow about here, and that's when I start using the Brow Wiz. Wow, that was really nerve-wracking. And then I fill it in lightly at first, and then I go back in and I add more product. now I'm going in with my Brow Wiz. And now we're gonna do little strokes to create hair, except I want it to be really defined up here. And I'm gonna create natural hairs in here, and then I'm gonna fade it in to about here. So you wanna make sure you connect these two lines. I like to make my brows a little thicker. You wanna make sure you're moving the hairs around so you don't have any sparse areas. I'm gonna leave that alone for now and come back, and then I'm gonna do the side. Okay, now to fade it in, I'm going to do very light strokes like this. It's okay if it looks wonky because we're gonna use a spoolie to blend it out. Okay, now I'm gonna go in my spoolie and lightly blend. And now, do you see how the spoolie created like a little gap at the front, right here? I'm gonna go back and lightly fill that in. This brow is my least favorite brow. Okay, now to make them even better. I think my brows are the longest part of my routine. I'm gonna take my Anastasia Concealer in 2.0. It looks like this. And I'm gonna take a little flat brush and I'm going to carve out my brows to make them even more defined. And this is good for cleaning up any mistakes you made, like if you made one thicker than the other like I did. You can make it a little bit thinner with the concealer. Or if you're just like screwing it up like I am, I fixed it. Now I'm just gonna take a little bit of setting powder to make sure that concealer doesn't move. And I'm telling you, these products, your brows won't move all day. You could go swimming and they would still look good. So yeah, that is my updated brow routine. You guys should subscribe solely just based on the fact of how cute my cats are. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye, loves.